My dishonest business partner attempted a hostile takeover by forging signatures to oust me from our startup, but he forgot that the core technology's patent remains registered solely in my name. By pulling the licensing rights an hour before his big investor pitch, I left the traitor with a worthless shell company and a mountain of legal debt. I've spent 10 years building a tech empire alongside a man I considered my brother, only to have the backstabber try to delete me from my own legacy. The coworker turned competitor began working behind my back, whispering to the board of directors that I'm becoming unstable and visionless. The manipulator spent months whining and dining our primary investors, convincing them that the company would be more profitable if he took total control. The fraud eventually cornered me in my office with a severance package, claiming the majority shareholders had already voted me out. The betrayer had a smug grin, already imagining himself as the sole CEO of a billion-dollar unicorn. What the egomaniac failed to realize in his rush for power was the fine print of our founding documents. While the business entity owned the desks, the branding, and the coffee machines, the inventor, that is me, held the patent for our proprietary algorithm in a private holding company. The usurper had been so focused on the corporate title that he forgot the intellectual property was never actually transferred. I waited for the most public moment possible to strike. The partner had scheduled a massive New Era press conference to announce a global partnership with a tech giant. As the villain stood on stage, basking in the spotlight and preparing to sign the deal, my attorney walked onto the platform and handed the scammer a cease and desist order. In front of the investors, the press, and the employees, the lawyer explained that the partner's company no longer had the legal right to use the technology. I had revoked the license effective immediately. The trader's face turned a shade of gray I didn't know was possible. The investors scrambled to pull their funding, realizing the founder's shell company was now worth zero. The backstabber was sued by the board for gross negligence and misrepresentation. Since the business collapsed, he lost his house and his reputation, while I started a new venture using the patent I still owned. I didn't just take back my company, I watched the thief go bankrupt trying to pay for a throne that had no legs. Subscribe for more.